Midlife
Midlife spices.
Spices. Okay, so we were talking about how marriage changed the dynamics of the friendships, right? So how do you think this is also actually applies to like having children? How do you get around that problem and like maintain the friendship while you have maybe like a super possessive husband or like a spouse or or kids who just constantly need your attention? How do you maintain your friendships?
In my case, I think sort of like exercise. You have to make sure you force yourself to do it. So you have to make sure that you actually take time to do it. That's the only way. Otherwise, there will be no time, right? There's always something.
So it's like a discipline.
Yeah, you really have to do it.
It's like a discipline. It's like a habit that you have to nurture.
Yes, absolutely. And you have to like remind yourself that these people will be friends when you're older too, right? So hey, you have to maintain it, Things like that.
Yeah. For me, it's actually this is actually the same. But I think also because like I do seek like company outside of just my marriage, it depends on the personality of people. Like some people are just happy and they just get comfortable, just spending time with their spouse and completely disappear. But like I always get like a little bit scared to do that, right? Because it's kind of like, well, it's great now, but like what if something happens to him, right? And then like I will be left and nobody wants to be friends with me anymore because they're like, well, you never get in touch with me all these years, like 20 years, and like you suddenly like pop back into my life. It's like, it's like, so like I always got this fear and and also the desire to like kind of like see, okay, it's like I know my husband's point of view, but I want to like hear other people's like what they're doing and what they've seen that's exciting and stuff. So like I think it's that, right? I mean, of course I haven't got kids yet, so I don't know what it's like, but I am looking forward to use my kid to make friends, like mom friends or something.
So
You have experience with that. Yeah, I'm gonna be a mom in a couple of months. But Francisca, you have been a mom for a while, so you tell me about your experience with that. Like, does it help like having a son and you make mom friends? I don't know.
Yes and no. I mean, of course, there are two types of moms, right? The working mom and non-working mom.
Interesting.
I honestly find it a bit difficult to, not that they're bad. They may think that I'm worrying too, but I actually personally can mingle a bit better with people who are working mom. I'm sorry, house mom, but mainly because I don't know. Just in general, I guess like I said, maybe these people who are staying at home, they think that I'm very boring. But in my case, that's what I feel. So yeah. What about you? Oh, you haven't had one.
I think probably I haven't had one yet, so I don't know. Yeah. So like I was talking with my friend who already like had a baby 3 years ago, and she was telling me about how you should like go to all these like antenatal classes and the breastfeeding like classes and stuff, because you get to make a lot of friends. This is great, and I'm like, already from that stage, baby is not out yet. Okay, so I'm like, wow, this is pretty awesome. Yeah, she's like, yeah, check out the I'll send you the links and like you should look around your area. I'm like, wow. It's like, so that's gonna be pretty interesting, and yeah, exciting. So when the time comes, like I'll probably share a little bit, like in one of our episodes, what happened then.
That's gonna be.
Yeah.
But for my case,
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty interesting. Yeah.
I've been mom for 16 years, and so far, yes, there are some of the moms who are my friends, but of course, still the chemistry matters, and it's similar, I guess, similar with real life friendship. So mom friendship and real life friendship, that's different, Vivian.
Yeah, I think like the kids are just like a way of meeting, right? Yeah,
the reason for it sometimes, because we're both experiencing
that's true.
and suffering the same thing. Yeah.
Suffering the same. All right. Oh my God. All right.
Yeah.
So okay. Next question.
So Vivian, do
Mm,
you think friends are
yeah.
as important to you now than before compared to when you were
Mm,
younger, say in your university years and before that?
yeah, that's a good question. I gotta kind of say that probably when I was younger, it's extremely important because like having friends is also about like personal growth.
Yes.
And when when you're still young and naive and like you haven't made up your mind about like who you are or what you believe in like completely, you it's like it's even more important like before you settle down with one person to meet like as many people as possible and experience a lot of things and broaden your horizon, I think. Whereas I think at certain point in life, and this is probably different for each person. Like some people are like just completely ready when they're 18 or 20, and they say like, I've had enough of this like experience thing. Like I'm happy with like just kind of deeply getting to know just one person, my spouse. That's it, right? For me, it probably
Yeah.
happens a bit later, and also like involuntarily. It's not like I wanted to, but like I got hitched when I was 39. So it's like that long a time for experience. But like I did feel sort of like it's great like meeting more and more people and like all that stuff. It never stops like my entire life. Um but yeah, it was a lot more important, I think, before reaching age 30.
Oh, before
That's how
30.
I feel. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, before 30, I think it's like so much more important. How about you? Do you have like a kind of turning point age or stage where you felt that way?
Maybe there was, but it was quite subtle. Although I think, in my opinion,
Mm,
they're both equally important at their own era. So when we're younger,
mm,
we're people
mm,
with more fun
mm,
because our problem was simpler, like I mentioned earlier.
mm,
But now,
mm,
and back then we had our parents who had problem. They were like, "Mom, I need money because I want to buy this," or "Dad, I cannot do my homework. Can you help
mm.
me?" You know, all the problems in the world are easily solved back then. So it was all about happy time with our friends.
Yeah.
Now that when you're older,
Mm,
friends are those we can spend our fun time with, and those who are still there when we have problem and can share their experience to us on what
mm,
to do when
mm.
they're facing that problem. So they're equally important, I think, but of course in their own way.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yes, you do need it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think like as we get older, of course, the mentors and all these parents figure, people who used to be like that much more wiser than us are slowly they pass away, or they're still around, but they're already like in their senile age, and we are now the ones who have to sort of like figure it out, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm, mhm.
um so how about during this period, like obviously we are still in the middle of pandemic. How does it affect your friendship
Uh,
with people?
well, we are human. We're born. We are born to
Mm,
be people who to be adapter. So we adapt in any situation. I guess in the
mm,
beginning it was really awkward
mm,
how we cannot meet people anymore, and then
yeah.
it's very difficult to meet people. In my case, the past few years I've been quite active at my
Mm,
church, and I've been meeting people from my church almost
mm,
every week, and now I met no
yeah,
one. Everything's online, but then
yeah.
after a few months, I kind of get used to it. And of course, we're also having this monthly Zoom meeting, monthly Zoom, sometimes
Mm,
coffee, things like that. So we're kind of adapt to the situation. How about you, Vivian? Do you
yeah.
experience anything or?
Um, yeah, so like in the beginning, I think like, we all were just kind of like shocked with the whole pandemic thing. And like once the dust has settled and we say, like how do we maintain all these friendships, or like, we kind of want that connection with other people, right? So like I guess like I tried to like organize Zoom calls with like, with friends, with try to, stay in touch. But of course, like it's not the same as like, meeting in person for coffee and stuff, right? It's not at all
Yeah.
the same.
No.
But I think like the Zoom calls and all that are just a little bit of like compensation for like what we don't have. But like on a brighter side, it also bring together the group that we don't normally kind of like make an effort to. But ironically, because of now we have nothing better to do than like go on Zoom calls. For example, my big extended family, like the entire cousins, from we just decided, hey, you know what? It's Chinese New Year. Shall we do like a massive online call with all the family members? And like we actually did, like 20, 30 people, like really crazy, right?
All
And
over the world, right?
and that was, yeah, all over the world. So that is nice in itself. But I think that like, most people, we do long for physical contacts. And like
Yeah.
even when you're on Zoom, like, I can see your face, you can see my face like on screen, but like you can't see the person in 3D, like, it's different.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't
I
know what you
mean,
wear underneath
yeah, this
either.
is
Are you
like
wearing
us.
shorts? Or are you? I'm just kidding.
I'm wearing torn jeans. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. No. It's kind of like, no, I'm not in my underwear only or something.
We don't want to know.
Yes, I'm actually wearing jeans. You don't want to know. Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. I think like in that regard, it's like I think that the pandemic sucks for friendship. Um, and as soon as the lockdown is lifted and all that kind of stuff, I see that, we start to kind of like, hey, just while distancing, shall we meet for coffee? And like, still cautious, but I think we actually do miss that kind of thing,
Yeah.
as people. Yeah.
I actually
How do you cope with your pandemic time? Yeah.
no, I was just gonna share with you today. I
Mm.
received this funny video
Yeah.
about Nokia's
Yeah.
advertising. It said Nokia connecting people, and there's these two hands holding each
Ah,
other
okay.
with the ring, the tone and stuff. And then that was like
Mm.
2000 or something. And then to 2020,
Mm.
Corona disconnecting people, and these two hands are like separating. So yeah, that's
That is
right.
terrible. Oh my God.
And thanks for watching our video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you on our next video.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video for the midlife spices.
You don't yet know